This one is my guest is in TV5. Okay? And then, our topic for today is all about the evolutions of wellness, plant-based stem cell. So generally, it's about stem cell. A long time ago, there were a lot of people asking about stem cell. Maybe it's just a craze. It's a craze. Parang something they would wanted to just parang inform people to sa akin din is uso parang pinapauso lang. But they forgot that stem cell was coined, that the phrase stem cell was coined by a German biologist named Dr. Ernst Haeckel in 1860. Stem cell is defined as everything stems from one cell. So this cell coming from the father, which is sperm cell, and the eggs of the mom, combined together to form a human being like us. So when we were born, we have a total of 1 trillion cells. In our lifetime, it will reach 120 to 150 trillion cells, depending on how fast a person could develop certain illnesses. That's why some people will die at a young age, some people will die older. I am fascinated with this study because my grandfather lived 121 years. My grandfather lived 98 years old. So in the family, mother side, our mother side, they live longer. So this is one of the things why I studied so hard, why I have to finish my specialization in other countries, because I need to see if there were secrets about it. And one thing I learned, there are secrets about it. It's about your lifestyle. It's about the things that you actually perceive positively on your mind. And of course, to live happily. I mean, you smile every day, it adds to the number of years in your life in this universe. So, this is one thing I've learned from my professor. My professor in immunology is a 4-time Nobel Prize nominated scientist. So she was telling us that the very secret is to strengthen our immune system. When we strengthen the immune system, we need to feed it, we need to give it nutrition. And then, when you talk about immune system, that's where the stem cells will come in. Because part of the immune system is the adaptive immune system, which is stem cell or immunology. So, the stem cell's function is to do repair, regeneration, restoration, and finally, replacement. That's the main function of the stem cell. So that, on a daily basis, when there are cells that have been damaged, then your stem cell will come in to replace the damaged cells. Another thing, if we grow older, then it is a given fact that our stem cells will also grow older. So at the age of 25 to 35, our capacity to duplicate or replace stem cell is about 100%. But at the age of 50, it's 50%. At the age of 60, it's about 10%. At the age of 70, it's only 2 to 3%. That is why when we are already around 60 and above, we already form this wrinkles, and we always equate old age with illnesses. And then we feel like we can only walk short distance like this one. We have difficulty of breathing. And some other patients, they complain of blurred vision. And then the hearing is already deteriorating. But as I have said during my Zoom meeting, I have a patient who is a 93-year-old, and the doctor is a nurse supervisor in Texas, USA. The mom is living in General Santos City, and she's deaf. And she used stem cell product, specifically our brand. She only used 3 sachets, and then her hearing was restored. So, very miraculous indeed. But I met this woman in General Santos City. I talked to her in person because the first time I saw her was only on the Zoom. Like, I only saw her on the Zoom. Gina, we talked on the Zoom meeting. And then, just like her, we were talking on the Zoom meeting. But then, after 3 months, we met personally because I went to Jensa. So I talked to that old lady and then she told me, Doc, you have to believe me because I'm the patient. And I said, okay. And then she said, would you like for me to do some testimonials during your events here in Jensen? Not in Davao, it's too far. Because Jensen and Davao are near cities, but it's about 2 to 3 hours private vehicle. And then she told me she cannot travel that much because she's already 90. But if it's only in Jensen, she can grace some of my events. But then there wasn't any time we could be together, the two of us. But then my daughter, who is working in the US, plans to be the country stylist in Texas, USA. Because she's a nurse supervisor. The husband is a nurse director in one of the hospitals there in Texas. Okay, let's continue. These are the things that stem cell can do inside the body. These are some of the conditions that it can correct and can help. Some of the doctors I work with, they say diseases could sometimes be devastating because there are diseases that cannot be reversed. They said that. But with diseases that cannot be reversed, like you have dialysis patients, kidney failure, you cannot reverse that. Even if you are into treatments. I have a client in Tabo. He had a transplant. The kidney transplant is already about 12 years. And then he had only one kidney left. But then, when we met before the pandemic, his healthy kidney is already deteriorating. And so, after a few months, then the kidney that was healthy is already about 2 to 3% functioning. So he was advised for another transplant. So both kidneys will be transplanted. So what happened was, he got a donor. Yung kanyang anak, the son, became the donor of the second kidney. And after a few years, 5 years later, the son died of the kidney failure, but the father stayed healthy. And because the difference was, the father was taking stem cell. The son wasn't taking the stem cell because the son was kind of close-minded. He doesn't want to take anything without his doctor's prescription. I need to talk to the son. The problem is the son would not allow himself to be there, to sit down and listen. Then I told the father, that's a choice. We cannot force somebody, or we cannot force people from believing. Like this morning, I was talking to Dr. Maru. Dr. Maru is a pulmonologist. She said, it's always a difference of what we call school of thoughts, from where you come from and from what you study. Probably you also need to understand that, you respect that. And so, she even said, this is about conventional medicine and Western medicine. And when this one comes together, sometimes you need to really know all the details about it before you will have to decide on it. And then I told her, because I am a nurse in the US, I am an immunologist, I was able to actually go into further studies on Oriental medicine practice and Western medicine practice. This led me to this one, because stem cell therapy before was not as an accepted study, because a lot of them are telling it may be applicable for human sources, animal sources, but not plant sources. And then we kind of reviewing biology, and then we were talking about it. There are also cells in the plants. So these cells can also act on the same function like the ones in the animal and the human. So let us try to understand the big difference between the human stem cell, the animal stem cell, and the plant stem cell. The human stem cell could be around 70 up to 85% safe if you're getting it from a correct or a match. If it is a match, then probably it's up to 85%. The price will range in peso, will range between 1.5 to 2.5 million pesos. In dollars, I think that's about $40,000. The human stem cell. In the Philippines, in relay, one would say really our senator, and then you have another one, Chavez Simpson, Joseph Estrada, and other Marcos. They're using these human stem cell injections. And when they were younger, they go to Germany for their injections. But now that they're older, they could not fly to Germany anymore. So their supply will be flown to the Philippines, and that is now 2.5 million. But when you go to Makati Medical Center, you go to St. Luke's Hospital, they have this regenerative medicine department where they will advise for you to go through their human stem cell or animal stem cell depending on your preference, especially when it comes to the price. Because the animal stem cell they are offering is about 300,000 to 800,000 per injection. That's animal stem cell. But then, in China, you have animal stem cell coming from the bats, the rats, the dogs, and the very famous toko or gecko. You know gecko? They have that in China. So one of my relatives had it there because he was suffering from liver cirrhosis, leading to cancer of the liver. After 8 weeks, he died. Because I was telling the family that you can get an animal source, but then you have to remember it's an animal. So probably there would be some side effects. And then my aunt was telling me, why didn't you insist? I told her, I couldn't insist because the first thing you were asking me is the price. And then you said to me that the price was too cheap. It would be not genuine because it's cheap. Then I told her, it is cheaper because it's a plant stem cell, not an animal stem cell. Today, the Philippine market is flooded with animal stem cells. Philippine market. You see it in Facebook, you see it in television, you hear it on FM stations, AM stations, every day. They're talking about deer placenta. They're talking about the placenta. And the conspiracy that is being conducted now in some other countries is the one that is coming from aborted babies. This is what they are using, aborted babies. The danger about the aborted babies or that placenta is you do not know if that baby is a mongoloid or suffered from trisomy 23. That's what we call it in medical terms. And then you inject it to your body. In the next few days, you will have salivation because mongoloids are like that. So you have to be very careful about your decision on your choices on stem cell. Maybe because some people are talking about it, especially in social media. These ones are not reliable, especially in social media. You need to really talk to the health professional. So in my case, I found a product that is coming from plant. They were asking, please exclusively create for us so that we can supply it in the pharmacy or in some countries. But then, what we did or what they did was to offer it as a supplement. They offer it as a food product, this apple stem cell. Now, the character of this apple, it cannot develop a wrinkle. It's a wrinkle-free apple. Take for example, you pluck it out from its tree, then you place it on your table. Then for whatever reason, you flew from Canada to the US for a vacation. When you came back, it has been 4 months, but then the apple's still there. The apple will not age in the next 4 months. It will stay there fresh as if it was still the one you plucked from the tree. That's one of the characteristics of this apple. You see, if you slice this one, and then you get a scotch tape, you tape it, you put it on your table. 3 days after, it will repair itself. You cannot see those spots anymore. No oxidation. Everything will go back to its perfect state. That's the characteristic of this apple. But a lot of my friends who are working in London, who speaks like they're also nasal ones. Come on! Like that. What's going on? These are foreign to the ears. Then I said, yes, yes. So some of my friends went to Switzerland to buy this one. But the problem is it tastes very sour. The taste was very sour. And then the kilo is at 300 euros per kilo. But how would you love to eat that? Or how would you like to eat that when it's very sour? So you do not eat that. So the only thing that this company of Dr. Fredson was doing was to actually make sure that they get this active ingredient, which is a stem cell from this apple, and put it in the preparation that could be consumed by human beings. As you can see in this picture, how old is Dr. Fredson? This picture. How old is he? 60? Higher? 70? 70. Somebody would say 70? 70. Higher? 80? Someone can say 80. Come on, come on. Oh, that's good to hear from somebody like you, because it's awkward, it's a Filipino. Okay, higher. 80? Do you believe it's 80? Because it's 104 years old.
No way.
Yes, it's 104 years old.
Wow. Oh yeah, I read it.
Yes, you have read, right? He's the scientist behind the research of this apple cells.
Oh, was that picture taken 30 years ago?
He studied that about 50 years ago. He studied that 50 years ago. By the way, before we knew it, Dr. Fredson is the one responsible for Nido and Beer Brand. The milk? Yes, he's the one responsible. He was the one who created it. In Nestle?
Yeah.
Nestle? Yes, Nestle brand. This is how brilliant this man is. He's very brilliant, he's genius. And so when he discovered the apple, he talked to the Switzerland government. And then he said, we have something here. And this one is the apple. And this apple we need to really put in our efforts in here. Today, they are the largest supplier in the entire Europe continent and the third biggest supplier in the entire world. Their company, Mibel Biochem, or Mibel. And the good news is that we are getting our raw materials of our stem cell from them. Our company comes from them. And we have this exclusive contract from them. This is what will assure you as a consumer that we're getting the best product there is, if not one of the best. It could be the best. Dr. Fredson was even telling our owners of the company, in the next 5 years to 10 years, this product will put you to the spotlight. If we can agree on the price. You see, everything has a price, right? The good thing is our company is able or was able to come up with a price, which means that our company did not have a problem with financing. So today, we expanded to 87 countries. We hope that in your country, in Canada, we can spread this product there because it works like a miracle. Later, I will show you how and why. Okay? So, this is now the specific brand of the apple stem cell combined together with antioxidants coming from different sources. Okay? So you would see that in here we have this seal of natural and quality product. And then you can see best quality there. You can also see that there is a mention of all of these properties that this Miracell Plus can give us. By the way, the term Miracell Plus is in fact indicative of two things. Why is there this plus? Because the formulation is owned by us, and nobody can copy it. They cannot copy it. Okay, and then the copyright is about 100 years. Okay, and then the combinations are the following: astaxanthin, apamin, AFA, goji berry. Yesterday I did a product intensive training. I made mention of the active ingredients that helps the stem cell have a faster movement and have a faster replication because of the active ingredients found in all of this. Okay, and then you have all of this. I'd like to mention on ashwagandha because ashwagandha is so good in terms of improving the immune system, so that it some of the patients we have are actually, they could not believe, because I have a client who is the mother of a municipal health office. So she's the head she's a doctor by profession, but her mom is 81 years old, suffering from Parkinson's disease. So every time she eats, it's like that. So all of this food will be just thrown away. She took our Miracell Plus, and I believe so that because of ashwagandha there, now she finished one box. Now she can eat it without any what? Yes. The 81-year-old was saying, this is a miracle because the name of the product is Miracell. Sounds like miracle, right? So you cannot imagine the comfort that you have given this old lady. For some, they would say, even that doctor who is the doctor, said, Mom is going to deteriorate anytime soon because she is 81. In the Philippines, when someone is already dead and then we make vigil, nagbubulol tayo. Pag tinatanong, ilang taon yung namatay? How old is she? Or how old is he? 78? Oh, that's okay. They would say that. But then for an 81-year-old who's suffering from Parkinson's disease and wanted to live longer, but taking Miracell Plus, you give them that comfort, you give them that hope in life that they could still live longer without being threatened by the fact that they become a burden to the family. Especially, you know that our culture in the Philippines, we take good care of our elderly. We do not send them to the home care system in the Philippines. That is why it's a very good product for a family who is taking care of elderly. And by the way, all of us will go to that time, right? It could be just a different timing or whatever. We hope that we can really live longer. Because as I have said, my grandfather is 121 years old, almost 122. He died because he wasn't able to step right when he went down to the stairs. And so he like that. So he rolled, and then of course, he felt like I could no longer stand up because all of his bones were broken already, including the skull. So he died on the spot. My grandmother, we woke her up for breakfast. She was not responding anymore. So my mom was saying, oh, maybe she's dead. It's like that, only like that. No pressures, no hassles, no ambulance. Unlike our situation now, we really have to go through all the panic and all of these things because we need to do the CPR and everything, injecting some of these emergency hormones or emergency drugs. However, it depends on how you take good care of yourself. So it's a choice that you need to make for yourself. Okay? So in here, we see that the application of the product is sublingual. Sublingual. You drop it under the tongue. And a lot of these medical professionals, doctors, are asking me, why is it's sublingual? You see these two other sources of stem cell, like human stem cell injection, intramuscular injections, until they develop a technology that they could now use it IV insertion or together with the D5LR, dextrose, they mix it there. And then the next batch of stem cells in the animal, they use it as a tablet or capsulated form, and then you have to take it. The problem is the travel time, because the travel time takes longer for it to be digested, and the interaction it could have with enzymes in the stomach, and that will destroy the so-called live stem cell. And so some of our counterparts are telling the apple stem cell may be a stem cell or a cell, but it's not live. So they claim it's a dead cell. So it's useless to be eating them. And then I told them, when you're buying seeds like seeds of ampalaya, seeds of eggplants, you dry it up, right? You dry it up, and then you sell it. Then you're buying it. And then when you go home, you get a pot with the soil, then you put it there, and then you put water. After 3 days, it's sprouted. Because even if you are saying plants are dead, oh, they are only hibernating, and then they can now grow when it interacts with water. So this preparation of ours in the powder nanotechnology, when you're going to put it there, the saliva now makes it active, and then your tongue is surrounded by capillaries. This capillary system will absorb it, and it goes directly to the bloodstreams where it has a shorter span of time traveling to the bloodstream. And it will interact with some other impurities in the blood, but the presence of antioxidants neutralizes everything so that your becomes the new community of your kidneys. And by quite some time, around 90 days to 180 days, you see yourself gaining your health. You see yourself developing resistance further, and probably the next thing you can say, oh, it's a miracle. I am handling, sir, 42 kidney dialysis patients from the time I started this business. I would say it's a business because everything boils down to business. But the point is, this is a type of a business that tells me you are a blessing to a lot of people, especially to those who are sick. You see, from the 42, 4 of them stopped their dialysis already because their kidneys are functioning well. The 26 of them are already reducing the frequency of the dialysis because my patients from all over the country, some of them are 3 times a week. 3 times a week dialysis. And then after a month of using it, they reduce their frequency to twice a week. And then the best of the testimonies I have had is the nephew of one of the biggest hospitals in Valencia City, Bukidnon. Nephew. So what happened was, he is scheduled 3 times a week of dialysis, and then 3 years and a half of dialysis, and then he is deteriorating so fast that the latest that I heard about him before I met him was, he's about to kill himself that night. He had this 45 caliber because he needs to kill himself because he's tired. He's tired since the doctor told him, the nephrologist told him, the ophthalmologist said, there is no other hope with regards to your eyes because we have operated it 3 times and there's no hope. You're going to get blind forever. And then he said, he gambled. He said, please do everything you can. I can afford to pay everything. And then the doctor said, you're only adding more money to our pockets. But there's no hope for you. When that was said to him, aside from the fact that he has difficulty of breathing, 5 steps like that. And then the legs were already malased, swollen, because the water. And then the urination is only drops, sir, drops. As if you're into IV. Literally, 2 drops, 3 drops only. So he can only drink few amount of water. And then the poops is like the goat's poops. The one that is tiny, small ones. And then the sleep is not a quality sleep. During his first 3 sachets, because this one contains 24 sachets in each of the box. 24 sachets in each of the box. So this patient named Julius Canto, he is 40 years old. 45 years old. 3 sachets. The swollen legs went back to normal. Only 3 sachets. So, he was surprised. You see what happens at that night? He wants to kill himself, right? That early morning, his cousin called him up. Where are you? I'm in the house. You come to the house because Doc Jojo will be here. Who is Doc Jojo? Doc Jojo will discuss about a certain product that will help you. And then he said, and then the wife said, you planned to kill yourself last night, right? And then here comes the invitation of your closest first cousin. We go to his house. So we talk. And then he was willing to take the product. So as I have said, 3 sachets. That was already his improvement. 7 sachets. 7 sachets. The difficulty of breathing was gone. That's only 2 days after. 15 sachets. 15 sachets. He can now see people. Because He was suffering not really from blindness, totally blind, but this distance, he can see an image, but no eyes, no nose, no mouth. But after 15 sachets, he can see that person. I was here when he called me, the wife called me, Doctor, he can see already. Okay. So after another 15 days, I went back, so we met. He embraced me, he hugged me, he said, thank you so much for insisting for me to use your product. Today, it has been almost 3 months. He is driving his own car, and he is healthy. As if he is not a kidney patient. And his dialysis is only once a week, from the 3 times a week. And his classmates, 73 of them, classmates with dialysis, about 18 of them are already buying the products. And these 18 of them had a positive result. Had a positive result. I couldn't imagine that because I only believe what he said to me when the owner of the hospital was the one who would like to talk to me, the owner of the hospital. The owner of the hospital was saying, how much is your product? Because I wanted to put that one in my hospital. Because I don't want that the sales will be coming from the outside. It has to be contained here. Oh, she's a businesswoman. Imagine she's 81 years old, 84 years old. She's really good in numbers. She was computing everything. And then a lot of these relatives were saying that made her very wealthy. Because she's good in computing. And imagine her hospital is one of the biggest and the most expensive hospital in Valencia, Bukidnon. It's named Lavinia Hospital. You can Google that. And you can see that. The rest of their kidney dialysis patients now, even some of the doctors in the hospital could not believe it. They could not believe it. You see, there are still people who are into like closed minds, and then they would say, oh, that's only chamba. You call it chamba. It's only good. As if they say it's a placebo effect. They're not even believing. It has something to do with the active ingredient found in this formulation. Okay? So, we can provide you with a leaflets if you like. Okay? So you can see that. There are some lists of probable and possible illnesses or ailments that can be alleviated with the use of this product. But then the choice is yours. Because there are those who came to me and asked me, oh, why is it that there is no listing of like this specific illness? And then I said, oh, because of the space, we could not put everything there. Point, when you are going to ask any situation or any condition in the body, it was not to sell. Sell. It's impossible that all of this illness is not related to a cell. If it's related to a cell, as you can see, it's already a common or accepted fact. Everything is about the problem of the cell. So if the cell has a problem, all you need to do is either help it out in the repair mechanism or help it out in the replacement of that cell. The last thing I'd like to share about the kidney problem, sir, is a client of mine from General Santos City. He's a 44-year-old man. 44-year-old. At the age of 11, he was diagnosed of genetic kidney failure. Genetic 11. But he was lucky. He got married at the age of 20, at the age of 33. He got married at 33. They worked in Dubai, and they have a very wonderful income generation in Dubai. Until they decided about 4 years ago to come back to the Philippines because he was deteriorating. So when he came back to the Philippines, his eldest son was already 8 years old. When we met in Jensan last February of this year, his son is already 11 years old. And his son was diagnosed of genetic kidney failure. So the two of them, the father, 44, his son is 11, the two of them are classmates in the dialysis. The wife is a nurse by profession. The wife heard about my lecture, and then she went to where I was in a hotel. I stayed there in a hotel in Jensan. She went there to talk to me. She doesn't want to attend lecture like this one. She wanted to be personal. Because she said, I don't want people to know that both my son and my husband are sad. I said, okay, it's okay. And then, in the middle of our lecture, or our talk, the husband came. Then I looked at him, and then I told him, are you okay, sir? And he said, I need to be okay for my wife, my son, and my daughter, because they have 2 kids. I need to be okay. And then he said, our job in Dubai gave us a small amount of money for our laundry business and our water refilling station and computer. And then he said, we're earning quite big, but the problem is our budget every week for the dialysis for myself and my son. And then I said, okay, you can use this product without furthering the talk. They used the product. 1 month after, I met them at home, and then the husband said to me, Doc Jojo, I'd like to thank you. My son, you look at my son can join all of the activities in the school without having a problem of difficulty breathing. I myself can now deliver my water, and I'm healthy as ever. I don't understand where the energy is coming from, but I believe so. It's your product. Today, the problem with the budget of buying the product is already solved because he is now the mouthpiece of the product. He's the one talking about the product. That is why today we are so glad to inform all of you that it's not only one person, it's not only 2 persons, there are a lot of them. A lot of these people, like breast cancer, thyroid cancer, heart transplant patients. My goodness, all of them are doing great by the moment they started using the product. And what is left for us is to consider it as part of the things we wanted to buy. Because today, we could buy for gadgets, we could buy for other things, but not for our health. Hopefully, saying, oh, we do not know who this one is. Right? So in here, madali. It's easy because you know her and she's here. From Canada, she's here. Look at her. And of course, your husband's condition, right? Can you please share a little bit of what happened? How did you know yourself when you're in Canada?
Sure.
I-welcome natin si Ma'am.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
So I'm Gina, my sister Evelyn, also my sister, another sisters here, Evelyn and G. So yes, thank you for this opportunity, Doc. Yeah, the reason why for how I met Mirasol is through my sister Edna, yeah, and my kumare Tina. So I was so curious. My sister, we were talking about my husband's psoriasis, and she told me about the testimonies of having psoriasis, and I was so because he's been experiencing psoriasis for like more than a year now, and then my sister told me about the Mirasol. So I said, and then she told me about the business. So I said, I'm not interested about business because I want my husband to get better. So just, because we've been trying everything, like he's been taking antibiotics prescribed by the doctors in Canada. We've tried a lot of different kinds of creams, medications, everything for more than a year. And then so my sister introduced me this, and I said, yeah, just send me the products and we'll try it. So we both started the products, when was that? After his October. No, that was
September.
Yeah, no, he started the products in October. I ordered the products September.
You were disappointed. You were disappointed. You were going to
Yes.
So I'm disappointed. My mother.
I know, because I really wanted. I was so disappointed because how do I say this one?
You were complaining, right? You were
I was so-
Oh, I was calling Edna. She's not responding. I was calling Ma'am Tess. She's not responding.
Yeah, I was so frustrated. I even messaged them. I said, please organize or try to be more, try to fix your community, because your community. I was so mad. You know, I didn't care anymore. I was so mad because I've been waiting for the products because I want Cameron to get better. So anyway, after maybe 2 or 3 weeks, we got the product. So we started taking it, including myself, because I have so many acne and I've been trying to get rid of it. Of course, who doesn't want to be looks beautiful, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, I was before, and then I got ugly because of my acne. That was really acne. My sister kept on telling me, what have you been eating? You're eating junk, that's why you're... Then they've been telling me, and then you're like, look at your hair, you're so... Why don't you just tell me you're so ugly? Right? Anyway, so we started taking the Miracell. And yeah, after not even 2 months, maybe six weeks the most. Yeah, and then it changes a lot. And also, my acne are gone.
Wow.
Yeah, my hair became smoother. Yeah, my hair was really, my sister kept on saying, your hair, it's weird. She kept on like, how do I say this one? Lagi niya akong inaano, para siyang, di na lang niya sabihin na, ang pangit-pangit ko. So I was so stressed, and of course, I felt like there's something wrong, you know, and I really wanted to feel comfortable, especially to my sisters. Even our sisters, our eldest sister in Greece, she kept on like, you're so fat, your hair is so, and your face is so, what have you been eating? So all of them, they were like, you know, lagi nila akong, ano ba sa Tagalog yun? Lait. Linalait. Linalait na nila ako lait. Yeah, binubuli nila ako. So I said, so okay. So after that, my face started, or my acne started clearing, and then it was cleared up. Honestly, I've been up, we only had like maybe 6-7 hours to sleep since we came to the Philippines from Canada. And I had a little spot there, pimples. Of course, if you're tired, you know, it's yeah, it's natural that you're having some, especially me, because I have so many acne before, and I am prone to...
Well, you're not taking it right now, right?
Yes, and I stopped because we ran out of Miracell. Give me my Miracell later. So, yeah, it cleared up everything. I have, my face was like red, tight.
Trying to take 2 twice a day for a week.
What else? Name it. Everything was like awful, and it's painful. You know what's happening. And I took like different kinds of antibiotics, and the strongest antibiotics my doctor gave me in Canada, which is called Accutane, that you have to go and do your blood test every week. And I tried so many things, different kinds. You go to my closet in my bathroom, and it's full of different kinds of things that I bought from Shoppers Drug Mart. Yeah, and nothing happened. So I was like, you know, if you have that problem, and you see someone else that you forget pretty beautiful, right? And I used to look good, but then because of that, my how do I say it? Self-esteem, yeah, became really dropped really bad. So, and then my husband is. He works really early in the morning, so sometimes he forgets to take, we fight every day. Because I want him to get better, but yeah, I try to help him as much as I can. Hindi siya yung continuously, but then there's a lot of changes, as you've seen. But right now, maybe because of our long flight, so that's why he's having
And running better again.
Yes, and also because of his job, they use they still to yes, and how to explain this one, right? Help me.
Your foot doesn't stay very healthy in work
Yeah, and
all day
it's
long.
sweat
Yeah.
a lot. That's why, and it doesn't help, right? But I truly believe about the Miracell because myself. It's a testimony. It's a real testimony. So guys, believe me, I was like depressed somehow before we take this one. Myself and especially Cameron, and yeah, thank you to my sister that introduced the Miracell and yeah, I'm not bragging, but I'm encouraging you guys. And also, I have like a lot of gray hairs. And then I noticed my gray hairs. I have a picture too, if you could. Do you have it there? No? Yeah. It's white already, it's not silver. It's white. I sent you all my pictures before. And then it started getting like silver and then turns out black. And I was like, oh my God, this is really unbelievable. Yeah. And I was taking the coffee at the same time. Also, so I work 12-hour shift at the hospital and it's physically demanding. So my complaint before, every time I woke up in the morning, my body, I can't even almost stand up because I'm so tired. Tired. My body is really painful. But I still need to go to work, right? But then when I started taking the Miracell, no matter how tired I am, or no matter how long the shift, after when I woke up in the morning, I don't feel any tiredness. Well, I do a little bit, but it's not as much as like when I'm not taking
You're not sore.
no soreness, yes. And I had my hands before, I can't even when you're, let's just say hard worker. When you're abroad, maybe my sisters knows all about it or whoever went abroad, It's a lot of changes. And also now, we haven't slept yet, And since we started taking Miracell and also the coffee, we haven't getting sick. Usually, we always get sick, especially in Canada. When it turns October, during fall, we do have our vaccine. Yeah, but thank God, because of Miracell, we never get sick. Yeah. And my little one, 7 years old, one day, when he got up, called in school for them to tell me and go pick up Liam, but then I never heard anything. He came back and he was totally fine. No, every time he gets sick, he'll ask me, Mommy, I need Miracell.
Wow.
Yeah, that kid, yes. I always give him Miracell. Yeah.
Age of the child.
7 years old. He's 7 years old. Half of the, so she.
Overnight and then he feels better.
Not even overnight. That morning. Yeah, he was like showing. Yeah, just like maybe few hours and he was totally fine. Yeah, miracle is a miracle. Pasensya na po.
Si Ate Emily, would you like to share your own experience? Another ate? Kapatid ni Ma'am Gina.
Sa akin naman, kahapon kasi galing po ako sa partner. A month ago, yung nagkulay ng buhok at nagkupit, siya rin yung gumawa kahapon. Sabi niya, ate, nagpakulay ka ba ulit? Sabi niya sa akin. Hindi, bakit? Kasi parang nakulayan yung buhok ko eh, sabi niya. Tsaka, ang kapal ngayon ah, sabi niya, ginagawa niya. Ganun ba? Pero hindi ko pinikwento. Ganun ba? Oo, makapal. Tsaka, ginanong-ganon niya yung buhok ko. Wala yung puting buhok ko dito ah, sabi niya. Ay, doon ko naisip, totoo nga. Tapos yung asawa ko, naghiwalay kami. Nagpahagupit din. Sabi daw nung barbero niya, Sir, bagay sa'yo yung buhok mo, naghiwa pala. Sabi daw sa kanya, kaya nung nagpasok kami, pareho na yung sinasabi na kumapal yung buhok namin. Tapos, ang napansin ko kasi, grabe yung pagkaki ng buhok, yung ulo. Makati talaga. Sabi ko sa asawa ko, bakit ang kati-kati ng ulo ko? Red, sorry. Bakit ang kati-kati ng ulo ko? Paki-check mo nga, baka may mga balak-uba. Sabi ko, i-check mo gano'n. Wala naman daw. So yun yung tumutubo. At saka dati, pag nagpapakulay ako ng buhok, 1 week pa lang, hiritang-hirita ako sa buhok ko dito. Sabi ko, nakakainis naman ito. Tumutubo na naman. Parang ano yung feeling ko talaga, ang tanda-tanda mo na. Ewan ko kung anong nagbago sa katawan ko, mataba pa rin naman ako. Pero last Sunday, nung nagpunta ako sa church, sabi nung nasa church, ay sis, bakit pumayat ka? Sabi nung church, totoo. Tama rin naman ako. Hindi ka mo pinapakain sa States. Ano ba yung kinain mo doon? Bakit ka pumayat? Sabi ko. Hindi lagi kami kumakain. So, hindi ko lang napapansin kasi sarili ko lang ito, pero napansin ng iba.
Same thing pala, nakalimutan ko sabihin.
Ha?
Sa church. Kasi sabi nila, di ka na yata kumakain. Kasi I used to be like really big too.
Wow.
Ang laki ko.
At saka meron akong lipoma. Ito sa likod. Meron po akong lipoma. Pero hindi naman po cancerous ito. Pero yung pagka napapagod po ako, kasi ako talaga pag nagtrabaho, kahit maghapon hanggang gabi ako yan, hindi ako tumitigil. Ang nangyayari ko sa lipoma ko, pagka pagod ako, gumaganon siya. Yung, alam mo yung ugat niya, talagang masakit, gumaganon yung, lalo siyang lumalaki. Pagka nagsasalamin ako, tinitignan ko yung likod ko, mapupul talaga. Malaki, pero ngayon, sabi ng asawa ko, hindi. Malambot na siya at saka lumiliit.
Wow! Thank you so much. Okay, these are some of the patients. Just to give a story behind these pictures, this is the interview that was conducted in Biliano, in one of the FM stations. But this one is a case of a dengue patient. And the good thing is that there were 3 of them, siblings, who had the same dengue fever, the 3 of them. And the mother was very worried about their condition. And then they used Miracel, and the 3 of them all at the same time recovered from their platelet count going down to going up in less than 24 hours.
Bukas totoo.
They were not anymore, admitted in the hospital the following day because the doctor was saying, okay, good, the three of them. This is a story of a stroke patient. Now he is doing well with his recovery. This is a story of a mother who has been married for, if I'm not mistaken, about 8 years na hindi nabuntis. And then she got pregnant due to the use of this product. And this is a story of somebody who worked in Japan. And she's suffering from her asthma for 42 years. And then she said, 18 years of working in Japan with the technology that is so advanced, no medications that have helped her. But when Garrison came, her asthma was no longer a problem to her. And now, she has more than 20 consumers with different illnesses. All of them are Filipina. And they are actually doing well with their market of Garrison in Japan. Can we give them a round of applause? That's the story of this. Just to give you specific evidences to prove that our product is truly certified. So this is a picture of the product registration. The product registration issued by the Philippine Food and Drugs Administration. Okay. Because usually that's the problem. Some of our doctors in the Philippines would ask, do you have CPR? Okay? And these are our other certificates from the US FDA. And then this is our free of sale certificates in Malaysia. If you're a company indulged into this type of distribution, you need to have that certificate because you cannot export your product if you do not have this one. And then you have the halal certificates. Halal certificate is very important, especially if it's coming from Malaysia, because if it's coming from the Philippines and then you go to Arabian Peninsula, they will not approve it. For whatever reason we do not know, but if it is halal certified in Malaysia, it can go to all Muslim countries around the world. And then you have NAFTA. This NAFTA is National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, with about 54 countries worldwide that has signed to approve the use of this product as a safe product, as a good source of stem cell product. Okay? And of course, our health brand that won the Asia Pacific Super Health brand, and then that one, the Nobel records for the product. And then recently on October 17, this is what we see. This is the evidence from those kanina. These are the rest of the product lines we have. Aside from our Mira set, we have Mira Curve. You want to have a figure of 36, 24, 36. That one. So the active ingredients are, you have guarana, banana, mango berry, African mango, and Garcinia kombucha. And then the other one is chara, which is the source of collagen. That one, collagen. And then you have the detox. It's Mirafil. This one was my topic, one of my topics yesterday, because today our Facebook pages are flooded with barley. It seems to be very famous now because they're using a lot of celebrities to endorse it. However, if we're going to talk about the ingredients, active ingredients, it's just about fiber, soluble and insoluble fibers. But if you talk to an herbologist like myself, we know for a fact that the highest source of fiber, both soluble and insoluble, is psyllium husk. Psyllium husk, one of the active ingredients here. And it is 20 times more potent than barley, the psyllium husk. And this is the reason why sometimes whatever you see on Facebook, in Google, sometimes or most of the time, it's just an exaggeration. It's only a hype. You need to go into the basic. Meaning to say you need to listen to people who specialize in it. Okay? And the coffee. The one that Miss Gina was saying, even the 7-year-old, right, wants to take
Oh,
this
yeah,
one
yeah.
because there is no caffeine in it.
Yeah.
You only have the 4 active ingredients like black seed powder, mango skin extract, the field growth extract, and then the date seed extract. There is no inclusion of Arabica, which is the coffee blend used by Nestle. So we do not have that one in our coffee preparation. For some who do not want something really bitter, they put in or add a sugar. Okay, so that's your preference. To me, I can tolerate that. That's why I do not add sugar to this one.
15.
And then you have these two. This one contains the Arabica. Okay, Mira Lana is for men. And then Mira Widow is for women. Okay. This combination will bring you on to what you would wanted or where you wanted to go.
No way!
You have this back, you have this back. Of course, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. Aspects. That's why we do not include a plant source of glutathione. We include it astaxanthin as the source of it. It's a powerful antioxidant to help in that detox. Another one is the anthocyanin found in your bilberry. Yes. That is why, if the question is, do I really need to go to the detox first? You can use Miracell all-in-one. It's for all of the things that you wanted to do inside the body. However, if you're the typical person, you go to ideal steps. Ideal steps. You use Miracell with Mirafill for your detox. Okay, that is your own prerogative. But to me, what I do, what I usually do with the patients, they eat Miracell in the morning, and then they use this one in the evening. Yes. In the morning, when you wake up, you go to the bathroom, everything is full there. As if you haven't defecated for quite some time, because it's about half of the pasting or half of the pail. It's full, everything will be removed with this one. So what you do with this, it's not sublingual. You mix it with your water. Okay? So it's your prerogative. Next question. Yes, ma'am.
Yung mother na naging blind na siya. Siya 2 years old, meron talaga.
Like obesity. That is genetic. Because parang, as you said, all of them, the mother, shot, genetic, retinitis, which means to say that these are also composed of cells, right? Eye cells, different eye cells. You have the retina, you have the iris, all of this. So all you need is stem cell to replace the abnormal cells.
Meron siya daw, kasi...
Without siya?
Kasi yung governor, anak daw ng governor na meron same condition, nagpa-stem cell dito. Hindi ko lang sabi niya.
This is where your knowledge during the trainings yesterday will come in. You need to defend to them the idea that there are 3 major sources of stem cell: the human, the animal, and the plant. So if you would wanted to access yourself, make yourself be able to consume stem cell product, it would be or it should be plant stem cell, where we can guarantee the clients for safety, for effectivity, without the so-called side effects and untoward side effects, which is natural. There are some clients who start taking it as if they would complain to me, "Don't you want it that as if my tongue are like, yes, gas, back it down." And then I said, "Oh, you don't need to worry about it. These other toxins are getting out from everywhere else because your body will look for the exit. They will look for some exit. But you don't need to worry because it's natural. It does not cause any infection. This is natural." Yes.
Shipping to Canada and the amount, not price-wise, the amount.
At the volume.
Volume before
We can
there's a
ship
problem.
even, we can ship even if you order only 1 box. You can ship that one. The problem is it's not worth it. The price of the 1 box is 6,000 pesos.
No.
The price of the shipping is 7,000. It's even bigger. So what we do with my clients in Hawaii, I sent in Hawaii the other day, and he ordered to me 4 boxes, and then he asked, how much is the freight and handling? And then I need to contact Malaysia, because it's Malaysia that is sending out there. And then the price was 6,400 for the 4 boxes. And then I asked for the 10 boxes. The 10 boxes is 7,800. So there was a difference of
More.
So he said, the one in Hawaii said, oh, you just send the 20 boxes. How much that? 9,000. 20 boxes. So they could save more if they would want it to be shipped with more number of boxes. That's okay. Yes. See, ano mo? Wow, heartburn. That's acid reflux. The same product.
I don't have
That somebody here is suffering from acid reflux. You don't have acid reflux anymore.
Yeah, my husband and I had a acid reflux. Especially Cameron.
Yes.
And we had to really.
Twice a day.
Yes, and he's taking he has a medication from the
Heartburn.
doctor.
Nawala na rin. Oh, see? Asawa.
Since then,
Ano po yung ano?
patromazole.
Friend ko, sino?
Sino? Yes.
Last month kasi.
So, and now we're not in
Flu.
especially before.
And then,
Can we have a white board there so I can do that?
So I would
nagpapalaya ko siya. Pwede sa akin. Pwede pa rin. And then, nag-take siya.
That's good.
Oh, it is.
It's good.
Dok, actually, patensa chase ako, parang twice, o 2 packs a day. So, una, ano lang, hindi naman namamaga yung gums. Kaya nung tinitake ko na, ayun na, sobrang sakit na, tapos nag-fever na. Kasi
Supposedly good. It's supposed to be good. Napakaganda na.
So, parang
You have to continue listening. Yes.
Wala na.
Yes.
So, kailangan.
That will take you about another 5 days.
So, kailangan ba, Dok, pure Duracell lang? Kasi na-take din ako ng antibiotics.
It's okay. Huwag mo lang isa pa. Ibig sabihin, lagyan mo lang sila ng interval ng 30 minutes. Ito sa you're taking the medication. After the antibiotic, mga 30 minutes to an hour maximum. That's the time ipasok mo sa Duracell. Kasi Duracell is a natural product. Yung synthetic, yung chemicals na meron sa gamot, papatayin mo yung cell. So pwede unahin mo sa cell bago mo ipasok ang gamot. Ganun lang naman ang
So,
gagawin.
nag-take din ako ng diabetic kasi ako. So, okay, but ang mentality naman. Stop ko yung maintenance.
No. Don't do that yet. Don't do that.
So, sabay.
Sabay ka. Wag mo muna tanggalin. Magkakaroon ka ng withdrawal syndrome. That is a problem now. We don't want to complicate our patients and our clients about that. But you have to understand the product are all natural and organic. So you're safe with it. Okay?
Inahin yung...
Miracell, when you wake up in the morning, wala ka pang mumog, literally, di ba nagmumog, you drop it. That entire day, you will be very energetic. Yes, sir. Okay? Are there some other questions? Because if no other questions, I would request for you to place yourself facing this whiteboard.
When is the best time to take the Miracell?
Early morning, when you wake up.
So meaning you stop for the medicines to your...
Medications? You don't need to stop sir. Depende. Yes. Early in the morning, wala kang mukha literal. That's the time you eat. Let's get it first. After 3 minutes po, nag-melt na siya lahat. I-push mo siya, drinking 1 glass more. By the way po, yung aking patient ngayon, yung spirit ko sa'yo, he is drinking 2 to 3 liters of water a day. And his nephrologists were very surprised about what happened to him.
How many times nag-take siya ng tubig?
Minsan 3 times. 3 times a day.
When is the
Morning, and then 1 in the afternoon, around 2 to 3, and then before bedtime. Yes. I would like to discuss to you now about how you can actually avail the product. Okay? This is what I'm going to discuss. Okay? So the product price is SRP. Anybody knows what SRP is? This is the suggested retail price. It's 6,000 pesos per box. Okay? 6,000 pesos per box. Now, what you can do in order for you to save for the amount, you need to be a member by purchasing packages. So I will now discuss the different packages. The first one is starter. Starter is 1 box and you will pay 4,650 for the 1 box. You now become a member with the 1 package. Okay? Number 2 is bronze. The bronze package is 2 boxes. This is 9,200 pesos. Okay? 2 boxes, 9,200 pesos. And then you have number 3, silver. Silver is 10 boxes, and then you get, or you pay 45,500 pesos. Finally, 4 boxes, which is 20 boxes. You pay 90,700 pesos. Okay.
Plus shipping. Plus shipping.
No shipping yet. You have to add to the shipping.
That's what I mean. Plus shipping.
Okay, the benefits of having to get this package varies from one package to another. As I said, the benefits will differ from one package to another. So for example, the first benefit, this 3 has the same percentage. For example, when you sponsor somebody, you invite a person to join with you to use the product. Whatever package among these 3, you get 30%. You call it the direct referral bonus. 30%. From your people who you would sponsor. So you have a bigger margin than just the 30. So only until December 15. That's the promo. Now, when did is she finished with the time frame?
Not yet po.
Expired already?
Some of her accounts.
Some of her accounts. Because if your accounts is still under the upgrading period, you do not really pay the 10 boxes. If it is under the upgrading period, you only get to pay whatever is lacking. For example, your account is a bronze, so you already paid for the 2 boxes. And under the upgrading period, you wanted to upgrade it to silver, you only pay 8 boxes. 8 boxes. And then, after 2 days, you will see your account becoming a gold. Because that's the promo today. Or promo until today.
Question though.
Yes.
So, yung promotion ngayon na silver, and turns to gold.
Gold, yes.
Right? But the products you get,
Still 10. Still silver. Still silver. The only thing you get is the percentage. And of course, the next transactions when you have more people down below, that's infinite. It's infinite.
Okay.
We were talking about oh, Doc Joe, if it's really going to give me benefits, earning benefits, then probably I will stop working and do this. You see, in only 6 days.
That's
6
so
days.
Brent.
Ma'am Gina, how much aside? Only 6 days, or 7 days to exact. I already earned 423,000 pesos. If that situation or condition will continue in the next 3 weeks from now, then that will be around 1.6 million pesos in only 1 month. Is that even better than the job we have outside? It is. It is. And then they said, because you're a doctor, you can speak like this, like that. And then I said, oh, the one that I sponsored, who is in MHO, she's a doctor, she could not speak. She could not really talk that much. I mean, she has a problem with talking to people, but she's a doctor. That's why she was telling me, how much will I pay you, Doc Joe, if you're going to train me? She wanted for me to train her. I told her, all of you will go to the free training that we conduct. Like yesterday, they were all training, and it's really something I'm really humbled about, because yesterday and today, one of my attendees is a doctor, like Dr. Angel. He's a doctor, but he sits down and then he writes everything. I was even amazed. Oh my God, that there are people like they do not want to stop learning, and that is one thing you can be proud of when you are part of this industry. You're part into this business. So thank you so much, Dr. Angel, for really making me feel comfortable about my job na napakaganda talaga pala na itinulot sa akin. So sana sa inyo din, you will appreciate that, okay? This is only one of the things you get when you are going to have this package. So please avail of the promo, which is silver to gold. Silver to gold. Kasi pag gold po kayo, and then you get to analyze na yung binibili nyo sa product, parang libre na pala. Especially when you become the mouthpiece of the product. Hindi na kailangan mag-hard sell eh. Kasi kita na sa'yo eh. You just imagine that. I mean, my client, who is a 71-year-old, is scheduled for a tricuspid valve transplant. And she needs 4 million to go through it. In the last 2 months, she's using the product. No, 1 month using the product. She decided not to go through her tricuspid valve transplant. And she would wanted to see me because she's in Cebu. She wanted to see me in person, and then I told her, I'm very busy. Sabi niya, please do. Next week, we'll be meeting each other. Come to think, sir, her name is Evelyn Oclaret. She's 71 years old. The husband is Dr. Joe Oclaret, who is the 1997 Junior Scientist Awardee by the Philippine government. But then Dr. Joe died last April because he had an accident. Then the wife, after the death of the husband, suffered from a heart problem, and it was diagnosed her tricuspid valve is collapsed. Therefore, she needs a transplant of that tricuspid valve, which will cost her about 3 to 4 million pesos. She should prepare money for that. Pero ngayon, sir, she decided to no longer go through it. I advised her, no, you still have to go through it. But then she's very strong with what she said. That's why she said, please talk to my doctor. Sabi ko, I could not convince your doctor not for you to go to the surgery. I can only tell the doctor, we need to see everything in the laboratory test if she's really doing fine. Because that's what we wanted for our clients. And then she said, hopefully you can convince my doctor because I'm really well, I'm okay. Gumagano siya, sir. So hopefully, we will be able to affect other people's lives, other patients who are suffering severe illnesses or chronic illnesses for that matter. Okay? I think ko na pahabain. I don't want to go longer. Although you have eight incentives that we're going to receive. This discussion, you only get 1 incentive. There are still 7 other incentive bonus that the company provides for us. 7 incentive bonus. This is only one of the incentives that I could discuss with you today. If you would wanted to be serious about it, we can sit down after this one and then we talk about it further. Okay? So, in behalf of this company, I would like to say thank you so much for coming. I would like to say thank you to Ma'am Tess. Ma'am Tess is the one who decided to put up this office. She was even thinking that if I can put up an office like this one, maybe we could help more people. She has a story to tell. So she will be the one to do the closing today. But before anything else, I would like also to thank our top leader who is Wendell Hongo. He's a registered nurse by profession. Thank you, Sir Wendell. And then, syempre si Ma'am Edna, and then si Kuya. Thank you so much for your support. And then, our other top leaders like from Quirino, si Jiboy. Nahabol mo rin na, kala ko di ka aabot din. Nahabol din ni Jiboy. And then, syempre, the rest of the members like, kahapon lang, silver. She bought a silver account. Nakita mo yung account mo, na-phone naman dito. They did already... Ito yung check ngayon. Kung wala ngayon, baka bukas yung pala na dyan. Naging gold na yun. And of course, ang very supportive namin nga, kung nagbibihay kami, she's a very good driver. Si Ma'am Tina, and then the other one, beautiful, very immediate, yung kanyang documentation. Si Ma'am Hazel. Kahit wala ako doon sa presentations ng DH, grabe ang bilis ni Ma'am Day makakuha ng mga pictures. Sino pa ba? Hindi ko na-mention. Si Miss Carla, si Pastor, kasi ikaw kasi nagdadasal dati, kaya Pastor na tawag ko siguro. Sino pa ba? Salamat. Si Charlie pala, palaging hindi siya nagpapalisa. Charlie! Si Charlie Derma. Salamat po sa inyo. Si Nana. Thank you for coming. At pati din pala pa. You were here yesterday, right? Thank you po. Again, I would like to turn over the microphone to Ma'am Tess. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc, for that very powerful presentation. Actually, just a very short story why I am here in Miracel. So, ako po talaga, my husband is suffering from MI, myocardial infarction. So, that was April when Miracel was introduced to me, but honestly, I am not interested. Because I'm too busy, sabi ko, they were presenting to me the business side, but I was not interested in the business side. I was interested with the product itself. So, to cut the story short, I let my husband use that Miracel with 2 boxes. After using or after consuming the 2 boxes of Miracel, my husband asked me, sabi niya sa akin, Mama, sabi ka, I will tell it in Tagalog. I will tell it in Tagalog. Sabi niya, Mama, maganda yung pinainom mo sa akin kulay-pula. Kasi hindi niya pala binabasa yung pinapainom ko sa kanya. He's just taking it. Sabi niya, maganda yung kulay red. Sabi niya. Pero nakita ko talaga yung changes Kasi pagpapunta siya sa banyo, when he go to the bathroom, talaga he's very tired. He's like that. Very tired siya. And then, the voice is so soft. Hindi siya makapagsalita maayos. Kasi nga, he is really suffering from that disease. So, after taking that, after consuming 2 boxes, I saw the changes to my husband. So, but I can no longer locate the person who gave me the Miracel. But God is so good. Because on that, the following day, the person called me up. Sabi niya, Des, how's Miracel? Sabi niya, si Granny. Sabi niya, maganda yung Miracel, di ba? Oh yes, I was looking for that Miracel. Please give me more. Sabi niya, ay tamang-tama. Sabi niya, the doctor is here in Kawayan. We can go there to discuss to you about the Miracel product. So immediately, Dr. Joe from Kawayan went to Tuguegarao and we discussed it personally. I let him explain why that Miracel is very effective. Why is it gano'n ang effect niya sa aking husband? And there I understand that it's not an ordinary supplement. It's a stem cell. So doon po, from that day, I purchased immediately 20 boxes. Kasi I want my husband to undergo the stem cell therapy. And now, after consuming the 20 boxes, I am so much in love with Miracel.
Wow.
Yes, I began going entire Tuguegarao and telling the powerful product of Miracel. And I was, so after my retirement, I will do this full time. So we will go with Edna in Cebu, Mindanao.
Wow.
And we plan to flew Mindanao and Cebu to help more.
And also Canada.
Yes. Because we have so much invitation na. Mas marami ng invitation. Nandyan si Sir Bedger, si Ma'am Clara, si Sir Pets, and the whole team of Cagayan po. Tuguegarao and regional office. So, with that, very thank you po. I hope more people will come. Dr. Joe, of course. Yan, nandiyan pa. Mag-share pa si Ate Emily. Very excited. Yes, kasi po, yes.
Hindi ko tatanungin ko si Doc, bakit
Bakit nangyari?
Bakit nangyari?
Yeah, sabi ni Doc, how's your patient? My patient is so very good na yung aking husband. Nagre-recover po siya continuously sa kanyang sakit. No, actually, nung una niyang ginamit yung Miracel is 4 times a day siya. And then ngayon po, twice a day na lang. Thank you. Pero continuous pa rin po siya gumagamit ng Miracel. No more.
Hindi, tanungin ko lang daw, makalimutan ko dito. Kasi ako mahilig ako sa sili. Talaga. Pag kumakain ako, gusto ko lagi ako ng sili. One time, siguro 1 o'clock, nag-garden pa kasi ako ng madaling araw. Bigla akong umubo na walang dahilan. Basta umubo ako. Tapos yung lalamunan ko, grabe parang napahirang talaga ng sili. Ganon siya, parang nasusugat. Pati tenga ko, lumabas sa tenga. Bakit ko?
Ano lumabas?
Hindi, yung init, grabe, Anong pandemik?
Walang ibang lumabas?
Wala. Basta parang nagsusugat na yung lalamunan ko sa sakit. Dahil ba dun sa
It's one of the
At saka meron akong isi-share sa katulad kong mga babae. Yung hindi kanya ito. Kasi lahat tayo may mga asawa, di ba? Kailangan ni Nona, wala asawa. Hindi, share ko lang para alam ko natin. Kasi product natin ito na binibenta natin. Dapat hindi tayo nahihiya. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na wala na kaming, alam ko na. Pero may pagkakaiba eh. Kasi ako, ligated ako, tsaka 57 na ako nito. So, hindi naman ako yung dry. Pero may pagkakaiba. Mula nung ininom ko ito, kasi kami mag-asawa ininom namin. Hindi, nakakatawa pa yun. Kasi nung bumili kami dyan, wala dito ngayon eh. Sabi nung isang kasamahan natin, bumulong sa akin. Sabi niya, Ma'am, pagkaano, sabihan mo ako Sabi, parang wala siya kasi. Sabihan mo ako kung anong epekto niya. Sabi niya sa akin. Siyempre tayo, meron din natin alam kung may mga problema yung mga mag-asawa. Meron kasi yung mga nagsasabi na, ay, hindi na ako pwede, wala na akong pakiramdam, ganyan. Pero napansin namin maganda. Maganda. Hindi, sinishare ko ito sa asawa ko. Bakit gano'n?